and thanks for joining the Open University Scottish Apprenticeship Week webinar. I am Suzanne McQuaid, the Business Relationships Manager in Scotland for the Open University, and I am delighted to be chairing this event where we will be hearing about Skills Development Scotland's new survey and speaking to Capgemini about how graduate apprenticeships have helped their organisation. I'm joined today by William Murray, Skills Planning Manager at Skills Development Scotland, Louise Macbean, Apprentices Programme Manager at Capgemini, and Andrea Robertson, Security Team Manager at Capgemini, who is currently undertaking the BSc Hons Cyber Security Graduate Apprenticeship at the OU. I'm really looking forward to hearing our panel's insights on how graduate apprenticeships can address Scotland's digital skills gaps. So, William, can you tell us about graduate apprenticeships and also the annual report that Skills Development Scotland produce every year into graduate apprenticeships?
Sure. Graduate apprenticeships are future focused and available across a spectrum of growth industries that offer strong career prospects for the future. They respond to skill shortages and labour market challenges by providing individuals with qualifications that feed into priority growth areas, including green jobs and digital. And they also play a key role in supporting the Scottish Government's Young Persons Guarantee. Co-designed with employers to support critical occupations and growth areas of the Scottish economy, the aim of graduate apprenticeships is to ensure that industry has a supply of highly skilled and qualified individuals and aligns talent provision with current and emerging skill shortages. Now in their fourth year, more than 3,500 people have now benefited from graduate apprenticeships, providing employers with the critical skills that will be vital to economic recovery in Scotland. During the last year alone, around 500 employers have taken on graduate apprentices within their business, providing individuals with work-based learning up to master's degree level. The annual report itself provides an opportunity to capture some key headlines and results since graduate apprenticeships were launched in 2017. The report shines a light on some inspirational stories from both employers and apprentices themselves through a series of case studies from employers such as JP Morgan and Aviva, both of whom highlight the impact of software development and cybersecurity GAs in particular to help them bridge the digital skills gap in their business. The report also provides an opportunity to reflect on the progress made, but also take a look forward to how graduate apprenticeships themselves can continue to evolve and develop to best meet industry needs as part of a responsive skills system in Scotland.
So what were the key findings from the most recent report then, William?
Well, there's quite a significant amount of content in the report, and I will link that at the end. But I suppose to cherry pick a couple of key milestones, since the inception of graduate apprenticeships in 2017 to 2021, the number of individuals starting a graduate apprenticeship annually has increased from 277 in 2017 to over 1,150 in 2021. The number of frameworks available has increased from 6 to 13. The number of learning providers offering GAs has increased from 9 to 13. And I think really encouragingly, the number of employers engaged in graduate apprenticeships has increased from 140 in 2017 to now over 500.
So huge growth then, William, over the last few years since they were launched.
Significant growth, and some of the kind of key insights that I think is really important to highlight here is, as part of the employer survey that was conducted as part of the report, is that what was identified from employers as the top 3 drivers for recruitment were attracting young talent and enhancing diversity, developing skills to support succession planning, and addressing skills shortage vacancies, particularly in key areas such as IT and digital. From a digital perspective, there are some really encouraging statistics demonstrating the value of GAs in broadening and diversifying the talent pipeline, particularly around gender equality in tech. JP Morgan actually noted that their cohort of software development GAs are fueling innovation and bringing in new ideas. They said it's so important to have fresh minds to challenge standard practice.
So digital skills we know are in huge demand, and we're still facing quite a significant skills shortage in these areas. Can you tell us a bit more about the digital skills landscape in Scotland?
Yeah, absolutely. The digital technology sector itself is forecasted to be the second fastest growing sector in Scotland to 2029. Childcare services are actually the fastest, but they are growing from a lower start point. The number of tech businesses in Scotland has increased by 60% in the last 8 years. That is 3 times faster than all businesses in Scotland. There are now over 100,000 people working in technology roles in Scotland. Only 40% of these people actually work in technology companies. The other 60% work in sectors such as finance, creative industries, energy, life sciences, and an ever-growing tech community in the public sector. One sector that actually requires a significant increase in tech skills is the space sector. Scotland's space sector is rising faster than anywhere else in the UK and aiming to grow in value to 4 billion by 2030. Scotland has some of the highest space-related activity in Europe. In fact, Glasgow alone manufactures more satellites than anywhere in the world outside the US. The level of digital transformation across sectors is creating an ever-increasing need to broaden and diversify the talent pipeline coming through to meet industry demand. Forecasts identify that we need around 13,000 new people each year to fill employers' technology vacancies, and these are particularly in areas of growth such as cybersecurity, data science, and software development roles. Skills Development Scotland has been working with industry to evolve the technology apprenticeship family and now has graduate apprenticeships across these disciplines, as well as a graduate apprenticeship in business and technology. Tech employers in particular are missing out on a massive talent pool with proven skills that can improve productivity, creativity, and innovation in the workplace. And this is where I feel that the digital tech graduate apprenticeship offering can really help to support that objective of broadening the talent pipeline. As an example, the percentage of women in UK in digital tech roles across the UK has increased from 18% in 2015 to 23% in 2021. However, as an example of how graduate apprenticeships are helping to drive that up, the percentage of females participating in the data science graduate apprenticeship actually sits at 36%, which is significantly higher than the national average. From a neurodiversity perspective, Skills Development Scotland has published a neurodiversity and digital technology report that recommends that tech employers take action to benefit from increased neurodiversity in their teams, including changing job ads to be more inclusive and easier to read, and introducing more flexible recruitment processes that offer practical task-based interviews.
That's really interesting, William. Thanks very much. It's really useful just to understand how graduate apprenticeships can help organisations to kind of open up and diversify their talent pools and think about new ways of developing that talent pipeline. Is there anything else you'd like to add in terms of how graduate apprenticeships can help organisations address digital skills gaps?
Yes, so I think one of the benefits of graduate apprenticeships is that bringing those students in on that learning journey, which is co-designed by the employer and the learning provider, means that academic learning can be tailored to business needs. I'll give you an example. I was talking to an employer yesterday who has 3 employees all on a tech graduate apprenticeship. They're doing the same framework, but actually they're delivering very different tasks within the business. But actually what the learning provider has been able to do is to align that academic teaching to meet the business needs. In addition, there's an opportunity then to continue to feed that talent pipeline through the graduate apprentices themselves, getting back engaged in promoting tech pathways to schools. As an example, within the graduate apprenticeship report, Aviva, one of their graduate apprentices who's studying at the University of West of Scotland and working in Stirling, has been active with the Skills Development Scotland Apprenticeship Network. The individual themselves said that they've been doing work at local secondary schools with developing the young workforce, and it's really helped inform what senior phase school pupils are picking as their subject choices as well.
That's great, thanks, William. No, that's really exciting to hear. And Louise, can you tell us about Capgemini?
Yeah, absolutely. Firstly, thank you for having me here today. So I joined Capgemini almost 4 years ago when I joined our early and emerging talent team. Capgemini is a global leader in consulting, digital transformation, technology and engineering services. So established more than 50 years ago, Capgemini now employs over 325,000 employees in over 50 countries globally, with over 9,000 employees based across the UK. So we have a strong 25-year plus presence in Scotland, with around 690 employees across our offices in Edinburgh, Glasgow, Inverness and Nairn.
Thanks, Louise. So what are some of the skills challenges that Capgemini have faced?
So some of the challenges that we've faced, our apprenticeship offering was established back in 2011 in response to the impact the digital skills gap was having on us and our clients. The vision back then was to invest in our talent strategy at a junior level and create opportunities as an alternative to university. Some of the challenges that we're seeing are like those across the board, which are shortages of IT grads and coming out of university, like William's mentioned.
And what about cyber security in particular, Louise?
Yeah, again, like William's mentioned, cybersecurity is evolving rapidly, and with the growth last year here in the Highlands, we faced challenges with recruiting skilled individuals. I guess it's not well known that you can have a career in cybersecurity as you go through school, like many established career paths. We have been working with schools and colleges across Scotland, delivering STEM events and virtual work experience. And while I haven't personally been involved, we have supported with the Choose Digital Glasgow project this year with a few events to encourage people to think about careers in tech and apprenticeships.
Thanks, Louise. And I guess
I
in
can come
terms
in.
of, sorry, on you go, William.
I was just going to say I can come in on that just to kind of caveat what Louise has said. The Choose Digital Glasgow campaign is a campaign that we've been running here through Skills Development Scotland in collaboration with Glasgow Life and Glasgow City Council to promote tech careers in the city. Capgemini have been a massive supporter and advocate of that programme, and one of the many things that they've done is actually they have came onto the Glasgow Code Learning Programme, which is a digital skills academy run by Glasgow Life in collaboration with Glasgow Clyde College, which is feeding software and cyber individuals into the sector and actually feeding that talent pipeline of GAs in the city. Capgemini have hosted a number of panels with some females who work in cyber, with some individuals from their software function as well, and actually have delivered a fantastic episode for the Choose Digital Glasgow YouTube series hosted on Digital World, which gets promoted across the college and school networks to drive tech subjects and tech pathways amongst young people. In addition to that, they also invited 4 female cyber students from the Glasgow Code Learning Programme to the Karen Brady Women in Business event. And all of those individuals are now seriously looking to articulate into a graduate apprenticeship in cyber security off the back of that.
I think that awareness piece is really important, William, and it's great to hear that there's that engagement across industry, supporting younger people in that community to be inspired and understand, I guess, what their career options may be in and around cyber and broadly in relation to tech. So, Louise, why would you say graduate apprenticeships are a good fit, particularly for Capgemini in relation to cybersecurity and, more widely than that?
Absolutely. So at Capgemini, our apprentices are hugely important to our business and our clients, as well as contributing to the wider digital economy. We see supporting apprenticeships as productive and effective route to growing our talent. As today's young starters and apprentices will become tomorrow's digital experts and managers, we're proud that the opportunities we offer have helped many to bridge the gap into a career in IT. So by investing in graduate apprenticeships in Scotland, we're addressing those skill shortages that we've mentioned, particularly here in the Highlands, where we have been making huge investments in the area. Apprentices allow us to upskill our current workforce and offer rewarding careers, which in return increases service quality and retention and see career progression in our staff. They also provide the ability to learn while you earn. And our presence here in the Highlands, as I've mentioned, is expanding. So we remain committed to the region to continue investment with a focus on increasing the workforce throughout 2022 and nurturing skills of the young workforce. The amount of digital career opportunities that are available now is huge, and we believe that we must empower early and emerging talent to take full advantage of the growing sector's opportunities. I see apprenticeships as a tool to build valuable technical knowledge and certifications that develop careers, such as somebody that may be coming in as an entry-level cybersecurity analyst to progress possibly through to security consultant or cloud infrastructure engineer. Capgemini offers a wide range of opportunities through our apprenticeship programmes across the UK, and we are using apprenticeships to, as I said, fill that digital skills gap in Scotland and grow our own technologists for the future.
So Capgemini clearly has a long-standing history with apprenticeships and it's very much a supporter, so it's great to hear that. And Andrea, as an apprentice yourself, can you tell us more about your education and your career background?
Hi, Suzanne. Thanks for asking me along also. Yeah, sure. So after some brief studies after school, I started working initially in the sign making business. I realised after a couple of years there wasn't really much progression in that area, so I decided to move away from that. And I started a temporary role with Capgemini, and that was 22 years ago. So I'm still with Capgemini after all those years. I was working in a service desk environment for a number of years, and now I work in the cybersecurity sector.
So can you tell us more about your current role at Capgemini, Andrea?
Certainly. I'm one of the team managers here at the Highland Security Operations Centre, where we deliver a range of cybersecurity services to multiple clients. It started off as a relatively small team, sort of 10 or 12 employees back in 2014, and we've really grown that up to sort of 150 plus staff.
Lots of growth then. And what was it about the graduate apprenticeship that attracted you?
There was a few things. So probably the biggest thing was the fact that I've always regretted not going to university when I was younger. And I had done a very small amount of open university studies myself, so I had a small insight into the format. The opportunity to study work-based modules and learn more about my business sector really appealed to me. I knew it would be a challenge, and I knew it would need careful planning alongside my day job and family life, but the biggest appeal was being able to potentially earn a degree relevant to my career. So I'm in third year now, and I'm hopeful to get to that point.
Yeah, not too far now, Louis. Sorry, Andrea. And I guess in terms of that commitment that you've touched upon, it is a huge undertaking for any individual working full time and embracing that higher education journey as an apprenticeship. Can you tell us more about how the learning is actually delivered?
Yeah, certainly. So you have a structured plan of modules to work towards each academic year. Each module is available via the Open University portal, and each one has a dedicated site. The work for each module is also broken down, usually into weekly segments, and it usually has 3 or 4 graded assessments that you work towards over the year. Depending on your course, exams usually come along in around the second year. You have a practice tutor for each module, so you've always got someone to contact, and you have a separate dedicated practice tutor who's your go-to for sort of all your general queries and any other general support. There's also a good amount of additional support. There's student forums, which I personally found really useful. There's lots of learning pages, and there's plenty of online presence and Facebook groups and chat groups.
And in terms of the work-based learning element of the programme, obviously that's critical to an apprenticeship. Can you tell us more about the professional practice part of the graduate apprenticeship programme?
Yeah, the professional practice element, it does give you an opportunity to apply theory that you've learned in the previous modules and evidence your achievements. The work is split into sprints, so usually 8 to 10 sprints, and they're quite short and quite sharp, so you're able to deliver them quite quickly. That module for me also allows me to review my progress regularly and talk to my practice tutor, even just having a quarterly catch up, making sure you might get some guidance on how to plan your work for the rest of the year, or just a general catch up.
Thanks. And you've obviously mentioned that graduate apprenticeship, you're in your third year, you've not got too long to go now. It'll be a great achievement, certainly once you reach it. I guess longer term, how does the graduate apprenticeship programme fit with your career goals, Andrea?
Well, I obviously already work in the cybersecurity sector, so the studies are really relevant, but I have already learned some new skills that I probably wouldn't have in my day job. So that's given me a real opportunity to, even the fact that I've passed some exams last year, that adds me some skills into my CV and allows me to progress within Capgemini.
That's great. Well done. Wishing you the best of luck for the rest of the programme, Andrea. So Louise, it'd be great just to hear about what changes Capgemini have seen in Andrea and how her learning has helped the business.
Absolutely, yeah. So firstly, the experience of learning has motivated Andrea and it has reignited her passion for learning. And that has impacted on the wider team in lots of positive ways. Andrea's learning has been applied daily, gaining insight and experience in areas that she had not previously had experience in, including, for example, coding skills. Andrea has a deeper understanding of what the other technical teams do, and from a managerial perspective, she's demonstrating a greater awareness at technical and strategic level. So this enables her to engage with clients and colleagues at a technical level, which has made a significant impact.
So lots of benefits for the business and also for Andrea as well, which is fantastic. And William, can you share some reflections on Capgemini's approach? And I guess what can employers actually learn from this?
Sure. I think Capgemini are a great example of an employer who have not only looked at what the skill system has to offer, but have actually managed to integrate it into their strategic workforce planning across the board. Um, and they understand that that doesn't just involve, hiring for current vacancies. It actually involves thinking strategically 3 to 5 years down the line and how do you continue to feed that talent pipeline. And that is why, Capgemini are really leading the way in terms of school engagement and encouraging and promoting tech careers to young people to inform their subject choices as well. In addition to that, there's also potential over the next year to have some collaboration between college, school, and Capgemini to inform what computer science and NPAs in cybersecurity and software development looks like, to really try and bring that industry voice into the classroom as well.
So if employers want to find out more about graduate apprenticeships and explore the options and different approaches available to them, how would they go about that, William?
So the best resource, I would say, is the www.apprenticeships.scot website. That has an employer section on there, and it will detail the process that you follow and the route to market, really, for participating and engaging in graduate apprenticeships.
Great, that's really useful. And finally, if people want to read the most recent Skills Development Scotland report into graduate apprenticeships, where would they find that?
I will send a link along with a link to the Neurodiversity Toolkit as well.
That's great, perfect. So thanks so much to all three of you for joining me today. It has been a fantastic discussion with some highly insightful contributions, and thank you to all who have been listening to the webinar this morning. I hope you found the discussion interesting and perhaps you've learned something new about how your organisation can develop its digital talent. If you'd like to find out more about the Open University's graduate apprenticeships in cyber security, which are available at both undergraduate and postgraduate levels, we have some information and links available in the resources tab, and also please do feel free to get in touch, and enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye for now.